Hey guys, my face might be a little red because I keep coughing. Like I'm having this coughing spell. But anyway, today's video is going to be a foundation review, and it's going to be of the new Mercier Flawless Lumière Radiance-Perfecting foundation. I actually got this PR in the mail. It has some cool stuff in it. I'll try to get it all in here. It's 2 shades of the foundation, a hydrating primer, their new setting powder Glow, and a makeup sponge and a brush. So online it says you can get the best application with the sponge. It's a different sponge. Like normally they look like an egg, and this one has like a curved side and it's flat. So I'm interested to see how this works. I think I'm going to be the shade Amber, but I'm going to swatch both of these. So in my last video I asked you guys, what do you think about like using primers in my foundation review? And I got a good idea, which is to prime only half of my face. So I'm going to do that in this video. Hopefully I remember that I've done that in the check-ins. I'm going to use the primer that was actually in this package. I have one other one from Mercier, and it's their Radiance Bronze Foundation Primer. And this one is their hydrating one. I do have more like oily skin, but I'm still going to try it just to see how it wears, if it makes it last longer throughout the day. So I went and wet the sponge, and it didn't get any bigger. Like I used a little soap, and I also wet it, of course, to rinse out the soap, and it didn't get any bigger or anything. It's just kind of like it's exactly the same. So I don't even know if I was supposed to wet it. I'm going to look up this sponge online. It has 2.6 stars on Sephora, so I don't know. It's really half and half. They either gave like 1 star or they gave full stars. So it's kind of weird, but it's only 10 reviews. So I'm going to try it and give my own review to you guys. This is a luminous foundation, so it isn't a matte finish. It's supposed to give you 15 hours of hydration and weightless medium to full coverage. It says it is for normal, dry, combination, and oily, so all skin types pretty much, but we'll see because I do have oily skin. So I'm shaking both up just so I can swatch it. I'm going to swatch Amber first, and it has a pump. There's some little bitty pumps that come out. I mean, like it's a baby amount that comes out. Maybe that means you don't need a lot. Swatch this one first. That's Amber. And then we also have Maple, which I think is going to be lighter than Amber. And this already kind of seems a bit light, so I think I'm going to go with Amber. Yeah, Maple is lighter. So I'm going to go, and it looks like they may like settle in a little bit, like oxidize. I'll go with Amber. So I'm going to go ahead and prime this side of my face. And I'm just going to use, like I said, the hydrating primer, just a little bit of it. So the primer feels really nice. It visibly looks hydrating on the skin. Like this side looks more glowy than this side. So far, so good. I'm going to let this sink in a little bit before I start applying the foundation. So I'm going to apply the foundation on both sides. And yeah, I'm just going to pump it right on my face. It's definitely not the right way. I don't even know which side of this sponge to use. Like, do I use the curved side, or I'm just gonna use the curved side? So from like the side with the foundation and the side that doesn't have it, it looks really smooth. It evened out my skin really well. I really like the way that it looks. It looks almost like airbrushed on this side, and then like this one is like natural. But yeah, I like it so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on this side as well. I think I only did, how many posts did I do on the other side? I don't even remember. I think it was like 3. Maybe, I don't know. And the sponge isn't half bad. I think I would give it like maybe a 3.5. It's not bad at all. It's just like a foundation brush would be quicker. That's why I'm just giving it like half the stars. But I definitely wouldn't give it 1 star, which is most like people were either giving it 1 star or 5 stars. So the foundation doesn't look like my color. It almost is still a little too light or something, or maybe it's the undertone. I don't know. So from the primed and unprimed side, both sides look just as smooth. You can't really tell that I primed this side over this side, and like from me looking at it. So I'm also gonna go in with one of my favorite concealers, which is the Mercier. I'm using the shade 4N. It's pretty much my skin tone, maybe like a touch lighter. So I'm not going to use the glow powder that came with it, because honestly I really don't know how to use that. So I'm going to just go in with their regular translucent powder. So now that it's had a chance to like soak into the skin, it doesn't look that much different than my skin tone. Like, it takes a little minute and then it kind of adjusts almost. I don't think it claims to do that, but it looks like that it adjusts to your skin tone a little bit. So I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. So I just finished applying the rest of my makeup and my skin looks really nice. I really like the way that the foundation looks after I applied like the rest of my makeup. Honestly, from the primed and unprimed side, it literally looks the exact same. So far so good. We'll keep an eye on like the longevity of before I start getting oily, which the primer I used wasn't for oily skin. It was actually for dry skin, I'm assuming, because it is a hydrating primer, but we'll still see if it helps to keep the makeup on. It is 12:09 p.m. right now, so I'm gonna keep this foundation on for the rest of the day, and I will come back with check-ins to let you know of any updates or anything that's going on with the foundation. So just keep on watching. So I'm about to try on that shirt at H&M in the mall. It is 3:20 right now, and I wanted to quickly come on here to film a check-in on how the foundation is looking. I feel like I am equally shiny on both sides. I'm already oily in 3 hours, but it's not too bad. It looks like a healthy shine versus like super duper oily. But I almost feel like it's a little bit more melted on the primed side, which is weird. Probably because the foundation primer was more for like dry skin. I think right now it still looks pretty good. It's just a little bit shiny. Definitely not a long wearing foundation if you have oily skin. Hey guys, so it is 7:05, so I've officially had this foundation on for I think it's been exactly 7 hours. I can't have the camera right here because it blocks the light, so at this weird angle to the side. I did a flashback test. I have the photos here, and there is absolutely no flashback in a dark room or in a like regular lighting situation in a room. So it is perfect on that note. The only thing about this foundation really is the fact that I did get oily, which I'm sure if I paired it with a mattifying primer that it would be fine. But you can see like on my forehead that is really shiny. That's really the main spot that I really feel like you could tell that I'm really oily. And then just a little bit next to my nose. But the weird thing is that it didn't get worse. Like from the 3 hour mark to the 7 hour mark, I pretty much looked the exact same amount of oiliness, which is really good because usually you get worse, you know, like when you're wearing a foundation. Actually, even to put an additional note on there, when I got out of the fitting room, I felt like the foundation didn't look as oily like in regular lighting. I think like those panels that they have in the fitting room, they like give you extra shine and, you know, make you look glowy and luminous. So I wasn't as oily, but I still was oily. My smile lines did crease throughout the day. That's like a bummer, but you could see here the creasing. From the primed to unprimed side, I'm pretty much the same amount of oiliness both on my forehead and next to my nose, and on my nose is pretty much the same amount of oiliness. Overall, I think the foundation really smoothed out my skin, made me look really airbrushed. I love the finish of it, but the longevity isn't as good as I would want it for me to have oily skin, so I would definitely need to pair it with a primer. And oh, I have a lot of notes about this foundation. So I went on Sephora.com. They have a shade finder. So according to the shade finder, I think I'm shade Nutmeg, and I did that based on my Cogendo foundation, and they tell you should be this shade in this foundation, and that's not right. And it was lighter, so it was a lighter version because it was a head of amber, which is what I'm wearing now. So I'm saying that to say I don't know if you guys should totally go with the shade finder that's on the website. You may want to make sure you go in store to swatch the foundation and just see how it matches you. Yes, okay, that's it. That's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, make sure that you subscribe to my channel as well as check out my previous video. I showed you guys how I get my go-to glam makeup look. Go watch it, leave me a comment and all of that fun stuff. I promise I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.